Hey family, I know I'm a little late, but hey, happy St. Patrick's Day. Now, I know some of you wondering why I'm even trying to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. I'm not Irish. Well, I am the same color as a good Guinness stout. But I try to make sure that this show is not political, it's not about race or racism. Now, I do know a lot more of history than you might imagine, as silly as I am. I like to study the world. And just like I can wear green to help celebrate St. Patrick's Day, I've got some good Irish friends would have no problem putting on some kente cloth, coming to my karamu, and celebrating Kwanzaa and playing some drums with me. So, thing I like about food is it's all inclusive. Everybody eats. Black, white, Muslim, Jewish, Gentile, Catholic, Christian, Protestant. We all eat. Gay, straight, bi, tri. Hey, I like the fact that since we all eat, we should all be able to sit down, have a meal together. So, with that being said, happy St. Patrick's Day. Let's go! Hi, my name is T. I am not a chef. Actually, I'm a truck driver. And I don't drive food trucks, I drive a semi. What I'm about to do is show you how to do what I do on my truck. Welcome to your favorite new food show, Big Taste in a Small Space with me, T. So when I thought about making this stew, I thought about what I'd want in it to make it hearty, but I also wanted to make this kind of easy. So I took out carrot, potato, celery, some sweet peppers, a jalapeno, just because I had some left over, some green peas, and some meat. But there was a little happy accident in between doing this, but I didn't know yet, so I prepped my food, I cut up my veggies, cut up my potato, and started seasoning up my crock pot. I love my crock pot seasoning. Put some tomato paste. I put about a whole teaspoon in there. My favorite fennel seed, that had to go in there. Gives a little extra boost, some extra flavor. I put some sumac. I don't think Irish people use sumac, but I'm not sure. But hey, I'm using it. I'm not Irish, remember? Put some sumac in there. Put some Spanish paprika. Don't know if they use that either. I ain't Irish. Come on. Put some crushed red pepper flakes. Irish people like spicy stuff. Well, I know some spicy Irish one anyway. And that's where the mistake came about. I really thought I had some stew meat in my freezer. Turns out I was a bit wrong. I already made that. I already ate that. No, I didn't show you. I didn't film you. But it was part of that bits and pieces meal. So what I took out that I really thought was beef stew meat was ground beef. And it was frozen like a brick. So I had to take my cleaver out and cut it up. Cut it up in 4 squares just so it would fit into the crock pot. All right, we're going to use it anyway because I got no choice at this point. Put some thyme leaves. I put a bay leaf in there. Put my potatoes on top of that. Put my veggies on top of my potatoes. And put my sweet peas on top of that. See, I don't want the potatoes and the other veggies to cook too fast and get too soft and mushy before the meat's even done. Somewhere around this point, I think the recipe calls for either some beer, a stout, or even some wine. But I'm on a truck, can't use that stuff, so I gotta flavor it with what I can. So add a good glub of some Worcestershire sauce. Add some soy sauce on top of that. I put some garlic oil, because I forgot to put some garlic in the thing. And put this on top of the stove, ready to cook. I was driving while I was making this. Also, one of the reasons why I didn't get a chance to eat it yesterday. But somewhere along the line, I I had a few minutes to wait to pick up my load, so I checked it. And the meat, as you would imagine, since it was cooked in one big log, they were all cooked in big logs, so I had to dig deep down and break them up. It's also where the happy accident came in. So I sat and I dug and I forced and I broke up the meat as much as I can, stirred up the vegetables and everything so everything was deep inside the pot, and let it cook for another, 2 hours, because the potatoes being on top, they were not done. The carrots, they were not done. And I want them nice and soft. So, little work, not much. Trust me, not much. I ain't into working hard. So after I win the battle of breaking up my meat, I put a little browning seasoning in there. Gives it more of that hearty meat taste like stew should have. Some salt, some pepper, because if you notice, I didn't put any in the whole time I was cooking this. Then I used some cornstarch. What I did with the cornstarch is made a slurry. What's a slurry, you ask? Well, a slurry is when you take about a teaspoon of cornstarch and an equal amount of water, and you stir it up, make sure there's no lumps, and then you add it into whatever you're cooking, and that's going to thicken up your gravy. So there you have it. My happy accident of Irish stew made with ground beef instead of mutton, lamb, or stewed beef meat. Hey, the meat came out nice and tender like you would want. Might have to have a couple more happy accidents. But hey, Irish stew, potatoes, carrots, some celery, some traditional, some not so traditional. You know I'm not traditional, so enjoy. And if somebody wants to share Guinness Stout with me next week when I'm off, hey, we could be besties. Oh, Danny boy.